Hello, everybody. This is Michael Dawn Brooks. I am here for Story Starters, and I look forward to what we're going to get done today. Unfortunately, Sako is not here today, and I'm trying to figure out what all is happening. Okay, so if you are joining us, please feel free to join us in the chat and to play along. So, what is Story Starters? Story Starters is the game that we like to play where we pull up some random prompts, and so there will be 3 prompts that are spun up on our wheels of calamity, and then we take those prompts, and for 25 minutes we write to the prompt. And you don't have to; you could write whatever you want, but writing to the prompt is always fun. So we just do this, and usually there's fun banter. If you want to speak up in the chat, I look forward to saying hi to folks. Yay! And there's Inka. Hi. Inka wrote some stories last week, and I look forward to seeing what she gets written today. And let me turn off all of the sounds that are happening in the back of my head, because that's really wildly distracting. Usually I'm not the only person here, but like I said, Sako is indisposed this morning, so it's just me. So we can play this like sprints, or we can play this like, play along with the prompts. Here we go. So let's go with seeing what our first sprint is going to be about today. And here's our wheel of calamity. So our very first sprint, or our very first prompt, is a theme. Okay. And number 2, character. And number 3, action. Okay. So what are these things? These are the things that are going to determine what our story elements might be. So a theme is going to be anything that is present within the story, kind of what the story is presenting, an idea or a concept that the author wants to present to the reader. So let's see what our theme will be. Let's see. I can't read that. Let's see. Does it say vanity? Vanity. It is vanity. That's a really terrible color combination. I'm going to have to fix that. Orange on yellow. That I didn't create the color scheme of this wheel, but I will have to go in and tweak it because that's terrible. Okay. And then our next one is character. Now, this isn't specific as in thanks for that, Inka. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. I decided to go with like this 2-screen thing. I set up 2 monitors this week because it was so hard for me to switch back and forth, just toggling between the different tabs. I thought this would make my life easier if I set up 2 monitors, but this monitor, while it's bigger, is further back and it's older and doesn't have quite the pixels of of the new high def monitor that my MacBook comes with. So I'm using like an old Toshiba television as my second monitor. So it's a little bit grainy. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little grainy. All right. So characters. Who are the characters? Characters are these are the general concepts of what characters can be. They could be the main character. They could be the antagonist, the protagonist, the villain, so on and so forth. So we're going to see what type of character we're going to be dealing with here. I did hit spin, didn't I? There we go. And oh, this scene is going to involve the antagonist. So that's going to be the person who an antagonist is not necessarily a villain in the classic sense. An antagonist is anyone who is opposed to the protagonist. Not to be confused with the foil. The foil tends to set off elements of the protagonist, whereas an antagonist is someone who is directly opposed to them. And our last one is action. So this is something that's going to happen during this scene that we're going to write. And it doesn't have to be something that is, it does say fall. Okay. Fall. I was like, fail? Fall? Okay. Fall. We're going to fall. So at some point, either the word fall can show up. Now, these prompts, the way that they work, it's open for your interpretation. So you don't have to do this exactly. You get to play with this. So let's go ahead and play. I'm going to remove my, oh, let's get over here. I'm going to remove that and put up our timer. So 25 minutes are on the clock, and let's go. All right. Okay, so that's 25 minutes. And um, good morning, Laura. And yes, thank you for that offer. I can send you the link. How do you want me to do that? Let's see. How did everyone do? Did we get some good stories in? I was able to write a short little thing. Yay for walking the dog. All right. Um, yeah, so let me know how I should I can DM it to you, um, Messenger, or how would you like to do that? Let me see. Do I have Can I send you a message on YouTube? I don't even know how to do that. Let me see. I can send it to you through Insta. I'm going to just send it over to you on Instagram unless you have a better idea. Instagram. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. Then I'll do that. Inca wrote a mashup between the evil queen and Snow White and Narcissus with Nemesis. What? All right. I want to read it. Yeah. I want to read this, Inca. You'll have to send it to me. Let me, where was I? Oh, I need to find my little invite copy. And okay. All right, Laura, I have sent you the link. So we'll just let you come on in. And, you know, here's the thing, the story starters aren't meant to be good, even though I'm very, I want it to be good. I totally get that. But the whole point is to get the juices flowing and to you know to make magic happen. It doesn't have to necessarily be magical in and of itself, but it it gets us kind of it gets the brain working, the brain flowing, and the juices and stuff, right? Right. uh, okay. All right, we'll let that restart. In the meantime, and Ika says she got the juice of flowing. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Well, I'm gonna go ahead while Laura gets herself situated. I'm gonna go ahead and read what I wrote. Um, I would love if someone else wanted to share what they wrote too. Um, so mine, I had no idea where I was gonna go. I had no idea where this was going. It just kind of started, and then I don't know how well I kept to the I don't think I kept to the things at all, but this is what flew out or spewed out of the prompts. Jerry knew that the apples would taste great. He just wasn't sure if Muffy even liked apples at all. He'd gathered an entire basket worth and didn't know whether or not to lug the whole thing to her house. Of course, he could just sell them at market as is, but the thought of not doing something with them squicked his conscience. His phone buzzed in his pocket and he set the bushel basket down to fish it out. Jerry, where are you? Muffy's voice sounded irritated. I'm in the orchard, he said, looking around toward his truck on the road beyond the trees. What's up? The orchard? Jerry pulled the phone from his face when her voice rose to an almost screechy pitch. We're meeting with the cake people in 10 minutes. The cake? Oh no. Jerry slapped a hand over his eyes. I'm sorry, I forgot, he said. He hefted the basket under one arm and moved quickly toward the truck. What are you doing? Muffy asked, the sneer apparent in her voice. You sound like you're working out. Just pick some apples for the stand, he said, heaving the basket into the bed of the truck. I'm 15 minutes away. I'll be right there. Sorry, he added with a rushed voice. I lost track of time. Ew, you'll be all gross and sweaty when you get here. You better just cancel. No, it's fine, he said, giving his underarms a quick sniff as he slid into the seat behind the wheel. I'm fine. No smell, no sweat. Muffy made a sound of disgust. No, I can't believe you just forgot about this. It's important. Don't you even care about the wedding? Don't you even care about me? Jerry gave his eyes a bare roll, only because she couldn't see him. He dropped the phone on the seat as the call switched to the Bluetooth. Of course I care, he said in a soothing tone. I just lost track of time. It happens. It doesn't just happen. Jerry winced when she went full shriek. You should set alarms like a normal person. You should have made sure to give yourself enough time to get a shower and be here on time and presentable. I can't believe I'm with someone who shows such little regard for me, my time, the time of the cake people, and for his own appearance. I can't believe I'm with a farmer. She spat the last word with full loathing and resentment. Jerry sat stunned at the traffic light, only startling into motion again when the car behind him honked, signaling green. He turned left, allowing the motion of steering to help him find his own center. Farmer? He finally asked incredulously. What's wrong with being a farmer? She sniffed haughtily. I don't think this is working out, Jerry. He scoffed and shook his head. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Thanks for telling me how you really feel. Have a nice life, Muffy. What a stupid fucking name. He hit the end button and pulled off the road to calm down. She'd always been prissy and a bit of a bitch, but he hadn't realized what a full-on snob she truly was. No problem. He'd get over it. He turned the truck around and headed back to the orchard. He had apples to pick. All right. I know. Muffy. What a snot, right? That just kind of, I don't even. So this is what I like about, hi, Laura, you're here.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
My computer can't find my built-in mic sometimes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I left it here somewhere. Let me find it. Yeah. So were you, well, you walked, so you didn't write anything. Yeah. Ika says hi. So for this next one, we just have to spin up all of our things. Let me get over here and pull up my Wheel of Calamity.
I love that name.
Yeah. And then we can go ahead and get our next set of prompts started. Okay. So let's see. Our first is another theme. You want to do a different one? I mean, it could be a different theme, but we just did theme, so we could try something else, or we could go with theme. What do you think?
We can do theme.
Okay, theme. All right. So again with theme, and our next prompt will be. Are you kidding me? All right. Well, hey, it could be a different character. Let's see. And for our third
genre.
Okay. If mine's rom-com, then I might just continue with Jerry and Muffy. Because what if he meets his true love at the orchard? Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, let's see. So our theme. Sorry, my light is right in front of my other monitor. I did not plan this very well at all. Okay. What is that?
Displacement.
Displacement. Oh, we had that as a theme last week too. And it got dark. It got real dark. Okay. And for character, we're looking at the protagonist. So, of course, the protagonist is almost always in every scene, but this one is going to center. There's anyone else can be in the scene. It doesn't have to be, anyone else can be in the scene, but the protagonist is going to be the main point of this scene. It could be just them or, whomever. All right. And so genre, I think that's here actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Children's fiction. Okay. Oh my. All right. So I'm just going to set up our banner, a little scrolling thing at the bottom so that folks can see what we're doing. Okay, so theme is displacement.
Your main character plants one of the apple seeds and it grows into a child. Single
Right.
father parenthood.
Yes. Can I spell protagonist? Okay. And then our genre is children's fiction. All right. So we're just going to let that scroll down to the bottom. And all right, let's see. Inka says she wonders how you'll add the horror.
To be fair, the book I'm currently querying is a middle grade horror.
Oh, that's interesting. I am working on it's one of my background works in progress, but I'm working on a middle grade mystery series.
Nice.
So, and that will be fun. All right. Let's see.
I also have a middle grade cozy horror idea.
Ooh, that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
So what do you write before we start this? Tell me about yourself, Laura.
Well,
we've not officially met.
I know. Hello.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
I have published, I can't remember, it's 33 or 34 horror short things in anthologies and magazines. So I made a collection of 101 of my horror stories in tiny shivers.
Okay.
And then I'm currently querying my middle grade horror called Seeds of Doubt, which is where a plant lady moves in across the street from a 12-year-old imaginative child. And he needs to save his sister when she goes missing before the plant lady's twisted tendrils take a hold.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's very fun.
And feel free to send me your links so that I can put them all in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have finished draft 1 of my vampire romance Crimson Strings. That I am currently getting everything ready for draft 2. I had some beta readers read it for developmental feedback. And yeah, I have a couple other projects underway, but
Nice.
here, there,
Sweet.
everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. All right. Well, let's see how we can display some seeds over here. And in the meantime, send me those links, and I will put them in all the stuff.
There you go. There's my link tree.
Okay. Sounds good. I will put this up. And I will make sure to oh, I don't know why I just sent that back to you. Hold on. I clearly know exactly what I'm doing. And I'll pin that in the YouTubes. How do I do that? Can I do that from here?
No, you have to do it from the YouTube
I have
side.
to do it from the YouTubes. Okay.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll put that there and go to the YouTubes. I need 50 screens. That's what I need. I need so many screens.
Seriously, whenever I stream on Twitch, which I haven't done in a while, it's like I need more than one screen. I need at least a dual monitor because you have to have the Twitch side open, you have to have your document open and the timer open and the stream avatars open and everything. And it's like they have to be open in a certain way or else they don't show on the screen because they think they're hidden.
Yep.
And it's like, ah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. It's okay. All right. So thank you for jumping in. And I really appreciate you being here. And I look forward to seeing what we both come up with at the during. I'm gonna actually click start this time on the timer because I didn't do that before, and I didn't catch that until 5 minutes in or so. All right, here we go. We're going in. Woo! Good luck.
Snorkel gear ready. It's not started.
All right. There we are. Hey, Kay. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for pooping the button. And hello, Angel Faye. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, how'd that go, Laura?
Pretty good.
My husband stopped in and gave me some counselors while I was working.
Yay, interruptions.
So,
Yeah.
how do you feel that went?
Pretty good. I finished my little flash fiction type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's 474, including the prompt words. But yeah, it's
Okay.
a little complete thing. So
All right. Would you be amenable to reading it on camera?
sure.
Okay. I'd love to hear what you wrote.
Let me share my screen. All right, sharing my screen.
Okay. I see nothing. Oh, because
Ta-da!
because I'm not the one that's doing it. Okay. Oh my god.
All right, it's called The Nowhere. Thomas fell. That wasn't unusual. But what was different this time was he fell over the wall that surrounded the garden in the backyard and landed into nowhere. The nowhere. There were no birds in the nowhere. No trees. No cinnamon rolls. Not even a lucky pebble. Where this was a what there was a great big blank white nothing. Thomas couldn't see what he was standing on, but it felt hard beneath his shoes, like packed dirt a lot of bicycles and make-believe cowboys on invisible horses had ridden over. The air felt wispy, like steam coming off his mom's pot of boiling water on the stove. Thomas ran his hands through the air in front of him, trying to feel it swirl around his fingers. It was almost there. He could almost feel it, like trying to remember a dream after waking up. His stomach growled, but he couldn't hear it. Not here in the nowhere, there was no sound. That made his pulse race like a cowboy horse. "Mom!" he yelled, but the words didn't come out. They couldn't make it through the air. This place was wrong and scary. "Mom!" he tried again. Nothing. The nowhere ate his words again. Thomas turned around to climb back over the garden wall, back to safety, but back to blankets and gummy bears and hugs. But the wall was too high on this side. He was stuck. His eyes began to sting, tears making everything blurry. He couldn't really see. He sat down against the rocky garden wall while his tears fell. But when the tears hit the white floor, they sprouted. Thomas looked at the little green plants in amazement, tears slowing down. The ground must be full of seeds, full of things that wanted to grow. His tears were watering them. After a minute, the little sprouts had gotten so big they reached the top of the garden wall with thick stems and strong leaves. He could climb them. He was so excited he started crying happy tears, which watered the ground some more. This time it was little gray rabbits that sprouted with soft fur and long ears. Thomas reached out and the animals snuggled his hands, booping them with their little pink noses. Maybe being away from home wasn't so scary after all, but he still needed food. With a wave goodbye to the rabbits, Thomas climbed the beanstalk up to the top of the garden wall and hopped over it into his backyard. "Thomas, time for lunch," called his mother from the house. Thomas ran over to hug her. Her skirt was warm as he wrapped his arms around her. "I love you, Mom." "I love you too, Thomas." Next time Thomas climbed over the wall, he took a watering can and some snacks.
I love that. Oh my gosh. It was very like Harold and the Purple Crayon meets Where the Wild Things Are. I love that. That was so awesome.
It was Over the Garden Wall meets Coraline meets
Yeah.
like
Yeah. There was a very
yeah,
Coraline vibe
Jack
in there
and the
too.
Beanstalk.
Yes, absolutely. So, Inca, I have a boy and his mom escaping domestic violence. I try to make it a kid's story, I swear. They move to a cute and coastal village with legends of sea monsters who eat the dad when he shows up. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. That's a lot. It's amazing to me. It really astounds me how much is able to just come out in that 25 minutes. You know what I mean? It's,
Hmm.
like an entire world is created in just that short period of time. And that will never not amaze me. And Inka said that your story is so cute and I love it. And I do too.
Yay.
I love it a lot. Okay. So here's what I wrote. I don't know how to share my screen because my Chrome is weird.
So
Um,
if you look down at the bottom in StreamYard, there's the present.
right. But the thing is, StreamYard is only allowing me to present
Chrome.
things that are in my Chrome tab. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, okay. All right, but I don't want to share that whole thing. Let me remove because I've got to. Okay, what I don't know is how to make it happen while I'm still in another screen. So,
Ah,
yeah. Oh, but if I put it up, no, 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 no. I'll just read it. It'll be
sounds
fine.
good.
We're
Sounds
fine.
good.
Now, full disclosure, I actually just wrote right now in my young adult novel. I'm writing a series of flashbacks for the protagonist of book 3, and so these flashbacks go back to his childhood being raised in like this, terrible facility, government run facility. So this is technically within a young adult novel, but I always feel like when I do the flashback scenes, it feels more like, a children's story because it's them when they were little.
Hmm.
Um, okay. All right. Hunter had never felt so lonely in his entire life. He sat on the cold, hard bunk, arms wrapped around his legs, head buried in his knees. His twin brother Jordan sat beside him, near catatonic. He hadn't spoken a word since the strange man who called himself a doctor with the 2 scary boys plucked them out of the convenience store and whisked them away from everything they'd ever known. The entire day had been one nightmare after another as they found themselves in a litany of tests and examinations. They'd been stripped of the clothes they came in with and forced into yellow jumpsuits that looked and felt awful. Itchy and irritating, the color itself nauseating. They shuffled along with a group of other youngsters, who all appeared to be twins like themselves, some identical, others not. A red-headed boy, who had an identical twin, had caused a bit of a stir when the dragon lady leading them around stopped to examine him and the curly-headed red-haired girl next to him. The way Dragon Lady grabbed both of their faces and the hungry look she gave them made Hunter's insides go cold and watery. This was the first time that the grown-ups, of which there seemed to be many, some dressed as doctors, others in military uniforms, or dressed as guards, except the Dragon Lady, who wore a crimson dress and stiletto heels, had left the entire troop of them alone. Some of the kids were crying. Hunter refused to cry. He wasn't going to let these people make him cry. Jordan didn't cry, but he also didn't seem to be all there right now either. If he'd at least talked to Hunter, Hunter wouldn't feel so alone. Jordan suddenly shifted beside him on the bed. Hunter lifted his head to see why. Jordan faced away towards some dim light source in the darkness. Hunter followed his gaze. The little girl with the red hair from earlier sat on a bunk with her black-haired sister. She was illuminated by something in her hand. Hunter shifted to get a better look. She held a tiny flame against her bare palm. Hunter sucked in a surprised breath and unfolded from his curled position. Jordan rose and walked to the girl. "Jordan, wait!" Hunter reached for him, but he'd already eased beside the girl, leaning close to peer at the wispy flame. She'd already put some of the fire into the hand of the other red-headed boy, and when Jordan reached out his palm, she spilled fire into it as well. Jordan's eyes widened as he gazed at the tiny flame in his hand. A small smile tipped his mouth. He poked at it, and the flame danced around the tip of his finger. He giggled. "It tickles," he said softly. More and more children had gathered around the girl's bed at this point, and she shared the flame with everyone who asked. Hunter continued to sit on the cold, hard bunk. Part of him warmed inside at the flames that spread from hand to hand, and he longed to share in them. But another part of him felt lonelier than ever. He curled back up and pressed his forehead to his knees once more. So, thank you. Thank you. Did someone have an epiphany? Maybe. So all I've been doing for the past 2 days is writing these little flashback vignettes. So that's been that's been just going on and on and on. Yeah, poor Hunter. Yeah, that's the so Hunter. He's not a great person. It's kind of he's like Eustace Scrubb, right? So like if you've ever read the Chronicles of Narnia and the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, this book is the protagonist is basically, this little rat bastard of a child.
And apparently I don't remember that book very well.
Oh, yes. I love the opening line. He does grow up to be a bit of a dick, but he's not the worst. He's not the worst. I mean, he's not one of the Lees. But yeah, so the opening line of Voyage of the Dawn Treader is one of the best lines in all of literature. There once was a boy named Eustace Scrubb, and he almost deserved it. I just love that. Voyage of the Dawn Treader is my favorite of all of the Narnia books, and so to write a book that's kind of taking a page out of that book with the with my protagonist is fun. So yeah, because he's got to have his come to Jesus moment, or his come to Aslan moment, as Eustace has in Dawn Treader. But yeah. So we usually do 2 of these, and the whole thing, the whole stream usually lasts an hour and a half, which we are at that point now. Thank you so much for joining me, Laura. And I'll be sure to update the down below with all of your information. And please join us again. I'd love to hear more about, especially if the middle grade story gets picked up, and when you get to the point of publishing the one that's in drafting right now. I'd love to have you on. And thank you for showing up, Inka, and for everyone who played along at home. If you do wind up creating something from these prompts, or if you go on to write something even bigger based on these prompts, I'd love to hear about it. Please come join us in my group, Michael Dawn's Fun Time Happy Place. Happy Fun Time. I don't know why I created such a large name for my group, and then I can't ever remember how it actually goes. Laura, is there anything else you want to add about where people can find you, or what you're doing right now?
I think the next place I'll be is on Nia Vixen of Fictions on Tuesday night.
Okay.
7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for Story Starters, and I look forward to seeing you again next Saturday with whoever happens to come join me. Usually it's Saga, but it could be anyone. So we'll see you all later. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, Fun Time Happy Place. Thank you, Inka. Thank you for knowing where I live better than I do. All right. Bye.